Are they back together? The truth about Demet Özdemir and Yaman's secret Italian rendezvous, magazine news, and gossip. What if love never truly fades? What if the one that got away suddenly returns? Can time heal the deepest wounds, and could two people who once lit up the screen with undeniable chemistry be rekindling something real, far from the cameras this time? Buckle up, my favorite gossip lovers, because magazine news and gossip is about to take you on an emotional roller coaster, one filled with passion, heartbreak, mystery, and possibly a second chance at love. Yes, we're diving deep into the whirlwind story of Demet Özdemir and Yaman, the golden duo of Turkish TV, whose lives may have just intersected again in the most unexpected and romantic way. You won't believe what we've uncovered. Let's rewind the tape. After the smash hit success of Erkenci Kuş, Daydreamer, audiences everywhere were obsessed with Demet and Can, not just their characters, Sanam and Can, but them as a possible real-life couple. The chemistry between them was nothing short of electric. Every look, every accidental touch, every flirty line, fans felt it. The two leads didn't just act in love. They breathed it. So what happened? As the cameras stopped rolling and reality set in, the fairy tale began to dissolve. Rumors started swirling. Were they really together off-screen? Or was it just brilliant acting? The truth was hard to pin down, and unfortunately, fans never got a definitive answer. What they did get were whispers of a rift, of a friendship turned cold. Hearts broke everywhere as the dream pairing seemed to vanish. But then, as always, life had more drama to offer. While Can embarked on a new chapter of his career, this time in Italy, where he dazzled audiences and climbed the ranks of European heartthrobs, Demet's personal life took a sharp turn. Out of nowhere, she announced her engagement to Turkish singer Oğuzhan Koç. The wedding? Straight out of a royal fairy tale. Luxury, glamour, an A-list guest list, and enough sparkle to light up Istanbul. It looked like Demet had truly moved on. That Can was a closed chapter. Or was he? Barely a year later, boom. Divorce. The headlines were ruthless. The questions? Endless. What happened to this picture-perfect marriage? Rumors of clashing schedules, emotional disconnects, and even infidelity filled the tabloids. Just like that, Demet was single again, and the past suddenly didn't feel so far away. Meanwhile, our dashing Yaman was busy conquering Italy. He wasn't just a pretty face anymore. He was a full-blown star across Europe. But even as he graced red carpets and magazine covers, his love life seemed unsettled. Linked to models, influencers, even actresses, none of his relationships appeared to last. Something or someone was clearly missing. And this, my beloved gossips, is where our story takes a twist juicier than a fresh slice of watermelon in the summer sun. Because Demet and Can have been spotted in Italy. Yes, Italy. At first, it seemed innocent. Demet was reportedly filming a project. Can was simply living his best Roman life. Nothing to see here, right? But oh, my dear sleuths, you and I both know, coincidences are rare in showbiz. Especially when the stars involved have a history as spicy as these two. Paparazzi and eagle-eyed fans began piecing together clues. Demet photographed outside a trendy Roman restaurant. Just days later, Can at the same spot. She's seen enjoying gelato in Florence. Days before, Can is casually strolling those exact streets. Separate?
Technically.
Suspicious? Definitely. And then came the real bombshell. An anonymous source, and you know those never come out of nowhere, claimed the two have been spending secret, romantic time together. Dinners by candlelight. Stolen glances. Quiet walks under the Italian moonlight. Are you swooning yet? Because I am. But wait. What led them to reconnect now, after all this time? Some say it was Demet's divorce. That it opened her eyes to what she once had with Can. Maybe she realized too late that real connection is rare, and that maybe, just maybe, she had already found it once before. Others claim Can, after years of brief, passionless flings, finally understood what he had lost. That the spark he shared with Demet wasn't just chemistry, It was real. And now, he's ready to fight for it. And then there are hopeless romantics like yours truly, who believe this was destiny all along. That sometimes, love needs a break to grow. That they were always meant to reunite, stronger, wiser, and more in love than ever. So, what's really going on? Picture this. A quiet corner in a Roman trattoria. Dim lights. A bottle of Chianti. Demet and Can face to face for the first time in years. Nervous laughter. Soft words. Apologies. Memories of Erkensikas. A shared past resurfacing like waves hitting the shore. Maybe they cried. Maybe they laughed. But surely they remembered. The looks. The dreams. The possibilities. And maybe, just maybe, they decided to try again. But why keep it a secret? After the intense spotlight they endured during their first go-around, where every look was dissected and every word overanalyzed, they've learned. This time, they want to protect what they're building. Take it slow. Let it breathe. And honestly, who can blame them? Fame is a beast. It can ruin even the most genuine love. So if Demet and Can are quietly rebuilding something sacred, away from the flash of cameras and the roar of fans, we should respect it and cheer from afar. Still, the question on all our minds remains, will they go public? Will they confirm their reunion? Will we ever see them together on screen again? Only time will tell. But here's what we do know. Something is happening. The pieces are adding up. The silence is loud. And our hearts? They're hoping. They're believing. Because in the end, who doesn't love a second chance story? Who doesn't dream of old flames reigniting? Of soulmates finding their way back to each other? So keep your eyes on their socials. Watch for subtle clues. The way they look at the camera. The cities they happen to visit. The quotes they post. Because here at Magazine News and Gossip, we'll be analyzing every detail like the love detectives we are. In the meantime, I leave you with this. What would you do if the love of your life came back after years apart? Would you take the risk? Would you forgive the past to build a new future? Let's talk about it in the comments. I want to know what you think. Is this just coincidence? Or the start of something beautiful? Drop your theories, your hopes, your wildest dreams. And don't forget, subscribe, hit that bell, and share this with your fellow hopeless romantics. Because this story, it's far from over. To Demet and Can, and to love that refuses to die. Until next time, my darlings, ciao, ciao.